where we help you and your dog become better friends. I'm Christy Wilcox, and David Presida is on the show today with his Frisbee catching dogs. And we have Kirk Lines on the show again talking about some food tips. First, Shay is with Life for Paws. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Christy. Today on the show, I've got Life for Paws. And here today, I've got Monica, who's going to tell us a little bit about the dogs that she has. So who's this little guy over here?
This here is Tia. She's our 9-month-old Fox Terrier mix. She's
definitely looks young. I like the way that she holds her ears and how mellow she is. But what's her story? She seems a little bit shy.
She is. She came from a rather unfortunate situation. We rescued her from Tijuana, Mexico. When we got there, we found her. She was being kept in a crate, covered in urine, not really being fed, and just ignored, and really not being treated very well at all. So she's a little shy and a little, timid.
But I saw her earlier. She does really well with other dogs, and once she gets to know you, she'll let you touch her, no problem. And I just met her, so it sounds like Tia's looking for a family that has got a little extra time to give her some love and affection so she can come out of her shell. Okay, so tell me, who's this guy over here?
This here's Popcorn.
Popcorn, okay.
Yeah, she's a female poodle mix. She's about 11 years old.
11 years old. I would have never have guessed. She's very active.
She's very active. She's a happy little dog, likes to go on walks. She's playful. She's definitely got a lot of life left in her.
So I'm assuming that all of your dogs are spayed, neutered,
yes,
microchipped.
They
and
are.
I'm guessing a smart breed like a poodle is already potty trained, especially at 11.
Yeah,
okay.
She's definitely past the frustrating puppy training ages.
Now, would you say she'd be suitable in a home with other dogs, small children, cats?
Yes, she definitely does well with other dogs. She's fine with cats as well as kids, so she's definitely somebody who's willing to be an addition to your family.
Okay, so I love this guy because he got off leash earlier and he came to me. Just saying. So what's his name?
His name is Freddie.
His name is Freddie. Freddie's a lover, and I have to admit, he kind of looks like that squirrel from the Ice Age.
He does.
Look at that face.
He's our little celebrity look-alike.
Okay, tell me, how old is he? Tell me everything about him.
Freddie is about 7 years old.
Oh, okay.
We've had him for about 1.5 years. His family, unfortunately, because of the economical issues going on, had to move out of state.
Out of state.
Couldn't take him, so we decided we would take him in and find him a good home.
So whoever took him in obviously fed him a little bit.
Yeah,
too much. So does he need to be on a diet?
He does. He definitely needs to be on a little bit of a lower calorie diet.
How is he with other dogs, small children, cats? Do you know?
He does good with children. He definitely prefers to be around female dogs than males. He definitely gets along with them a lot better than the males. So.
Okay. And I notice he kind of like walks up to the women around just for affection. So he's kind of a womanizer.
Yeah,
just saying.
He's our little Freddie Mac.
Okay. All right, let's see your next one. Monica, I love the fur on this dog. Okay, what kind of breed is he?
This here's Toto. He is a Shih Tzu mix.
An unlikely mix. I would not have guessed that. Okay. Yeah. Tell me a story.
Toto here, we rescued him from the shelter.
Okay.
The day that we arrived to pick him up, he was scheduled to be euthanized.
Lucky Toto.
Yeah, so he's definitely got an appreciation for life because he got a second chance.
I definitely noticed that. Even with Luna, I rescued her too. Okay, and I also noticed that he's not really big on walking.
No, unfortunately, since we got him from the shelter, we don't know his history.
Okay.
So I don't know what his home life was like before, but he just likes to sit and cuddle. That's really his thing.
Okay, so on the flip side, if you work in an office and you're allowed to bring dogs, I promise you he'll probably stay in your lap the entire time. And who is this lovable, full of life guy?
This here is our gentle giant, TJ.
Okay.
He is a 3-year-old boxer.
Where'd you find him?
He actually has a very special story. We rescued him from Tijuana, Mexico as well. And when we found him, he was chained up in front of a mechanic shop. They basically would throw him scraps of food whenever they could.
So they use him as a guard dog or protection dog? Or...
Well, not even that, because when we got him...
Which I can't see how, because he's so sweet.
No, he weighed about 39 pounds, which is not good for a boxer.
Is that how he got those sores?
Yeah, this here basically, since he was so thin, it was his hip bones rubbing against his skin and against the concrete, so he has the sores. But now you can see he's been fed, taken care of. He's now about 70 pounds.
And he's a lover, really sweet.
Definitely affectionate, gentle dog.
Not a jumper, which is surprising for boxer type breeds. Not a jumper at all, and a little bit on the timid side, just a touch. I saw him with the toy, he was a little bit shying away from that.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I want this one. I want them all. Anything else you can tell me about him?
He's definitely needs a little bit of leash training. He does tend to pull a little bit.
Okay.
He would be good with a family with children, but definitely older children, just because he's a larger breed dog.
I understand.
So he definitely needs a family that's active, exercise, and will give him boundaries, because he has a little bit to learn, but he definitely is a very bright dog.
Question, will these sores go away or not so much?
They will heal, but there'll always be the hair that's missing because it was just rubbed raw and pulled out of the follicle. So.
Do you know, I think that sometimes people are proud when they've rescued a dog to say that they've given the dog a new, special, better life.
Yes, definitely, and he is very deserving of it.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll find a deserving and loving family. So the next duo are not siblings, although they look like they could be. And it looks like your girl had a little bit of an injury. What happened?
Yes, this is Butterfly, and she had an unfortunate run-in with a car.
Oh.
Yeah. So
how old is she?
She's approximately about a year old.
Okay.
She's just got a bit of a fracture here that's healing, so not too bad.
Full recovery
Yes,
expected?
definitely.
Has she been spayed and neutered and microchipped?
Yes, all of our dogs are all microchipped, spayed, neutered, up to date on their vaccinations as well.
Okay, fantastic. Now tell me a little bit about Buddy here.
This here's Buddy. He's approximately 10 months old.
Okay.
He's a Chihuahua, and he had a little bit of a run-in with a bigger dog.
I did, and we saw earlier he's still limping just a little bit, but
yes.
He can be shy with big dogs, but clearly he's doing okay with this one over here.
Yeah, I think he's definitely learning to overcome it, that not all big dogs have a big bite, so he's coming around nicely. He's definitely friendly, very social, outgoing dog, and he's healing nicely.
And he still needs to recover, but he can do that in a loving home. So hopefully you guys will pick up the phone and adopt one of these guys.
If you are interested in a dog you have seen on the show, you can contact Life for Paws at 888-351-2527 or email at info@lifeforpaws.org. You could also call us here at 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov.
Thanks for getting together with Life for Paws. It's always exciting to see adoptable dogs. And Shay, you have a training tip for us later in the show, right?
That's right, Christy. I've got a very important training tip, and it's about every dog's favorite toy. And surprisingly, it's actually not good for them. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Yes, ready. Go get it.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
Engine.
Check.
Thrusters.
Check.
Fuel.
Check.
Computers.
Check.
Social Security.
No check, go direct.
That's right, Patty. A few weeks ago, I went online to godirect.org to sign up for direct deposit. It's easy to do, and I got my cash at warp speed.
Wow, it's fast and easy. I'll sign up right now to make sure I'm prepared for our next mission.
They catch, and they catch, and they catch some more.
Good boy.
Go, Mac.
Today's canine adventure took me out to meet David Presida and his canine frisbee catching dogs to learn some skills.
I'm with Canine Disc Thrills, and we teach people how to play frisbee with their dogs.
Okay, and you are a member of Disc Dog Empire, right?
Right,
So
it's the newest frisbee club in Southern California.
Okay.
And we've got probably 55 members already.
Okay, and you've been an instructor for how long?
Going on 6 years now.
Wow, okay, so, and I heard you have a world champion. That's pretty impressive, and she's very young.
Yes, we've got Lila Claire today, and she just turned 12. She has been playing frisbee. I've been training her since she's been about 9, and her first dog was a miniature toy poodle named Mono, which you'll get a chance to see in a little bit.
Okay.
Lila Claire wound up with 6 the year before, and in the United States in the Skyhounds competition. She went back this year hoping to do a little better and wound up winning.
All right, so we're going to meet her a little later on. And David, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you can train a 9-year-old, do you think you can train me?
I look forward to it.
Okay, so what am I going to be learning today?
We're going to teach you how to do some weaves.
Okay.
How to do some easy flips.
Okay.
How to do a butterfly toss. And how to throw it.
All right, so before I attempt to do all this great stuff, Shay is out with our doggy etiquette. And etiquette is always important, so let's see what we can learn.
Hi, my name is Zaida, and I have a question for Shay. These are my 2 little Maltese, and I have a sister, and she says I could bring the dogs over, but I think she has a problem with it. So what do you think I should do?
Hi Zaida, if you're sensing that your sister's a little bit sensitive to you and the dogs coming over, you're probably right. So the best thing you can do is make sure that your dogs are well-mannered. Try to limit the amount of time that they're barking, so you can do some training on the side. That would be really great. And also, having a really good groom sometimes helps, so there isn't any excess hair that's falling on the floor. And if they're drinking water, make sure you clean up the little dribble spots to leave behind so that their presence isn't really felt by you and your sister. And hopefully, she'll welcome all 3 of you to come on over.
Hi, Cham. My dog, Bibi, is so friendly. She likes running up to people. So I have a question. How long the leash should be?
Your dog Bibi was so cute, which is why your question was a really great question. Because who wouldn't want a dog as cute as yours running up to them? But the answer is, some people might actually be afraid because of some past traumatic event that happened with the dog. So you don't want your dog, even as adorable as Bibi is, running up to just anybody. And actually, to answer your question about the leash law states that all dogs must be on a leash no longer than 6 feet.
Hi, Shay. I have a little 4-month-old Havanese puppy. She's a little bit shy, and I want to know what's a good way to get her to be more comfortable around people.
Hi Dee Dee, I love that you asked that question because guess what? You're not alone. A lot of people have fearful and timid dogs, and the best thing to do is to take them to a public environment with a lot of people and a lot of dogs. Because when they get nervous and they shiver, it actually takes up a lot of energy, and over time they gotta relax, and when they finally do, they'll get comfortable in their environment. But the key is, don't pull your dog on a leash so that he's pulling back, and don't pet your dog. Let them just take it all in and finally relax into the new atmosphere, and before you know it, your dog will be comfortable.
Hi Shay, I have a question for you. My dog Nilla does not jump on me, but when I have strangers come to the home, she jumps on them. What can I do?
Hi Catherine, sounds like your dog respects you, but he doesn't respect strangers. So what you need to do is you need to correct him when he jumps on strangers. And there are 3 places that a dog innately understands correction. And that would be either getting a correction in the neck area, the hip area or haunch area, or at the heels. Because that's how dogs correct themselves. So what you can do is you can take your 2 fingers, which are very similar to canine teeth, and give a quick push to the neck area, or to the haunch area, or to the heel area, to let your dog know that this is a behavior that is unwanted and unacceptable. I like to back that up with a sound as well. So a sound and a correction to the neck, or a sound and a correction to the hip, and your dog will get startled and realize, oh, that's a behavior you don't want. You don't want me jumping on the guests. Got it.
Doggy etiquette is great, especially going into the summer months, because as much as you may love your dog, some people are intimidated by dogs. And Shay, you also have a training tip right before David here is going to show me the tricks of the trade.
So every dog's favorite toy is a tennis ball, and you can go ahead and play fetch as long as you want, but when you're done, pick up that tennis ball and don't let them chew on it all day, because the felt will actually act as sandpaper and will wear down their teeth. That's the training tip of this month.
My first Frisbee instruction got underway with some tips from the pro.
You're going to turn the Frisbee into a ball.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't go there that well. So we're going to make it behave like a ball.
Give it some flexibility. Okay. And these are like not like regular Frisbees.
No, these are dog-specific Frisbees.
Ah, dogs, yes. Dog-specific is good.
Yes, they're actually made for the dogs. The Frisbee's a lot softer.
It is.
So that it doesn't hurt the dog's mouth.
Okay.
And the edges are actually made a little more durable so that they don't break the edge.
Okay, I'm ready.
This was the start of our first lesson. David suggests simple rollers for beginners.
Uh-oh.
Okay, your turn. Abby?
Okay, so like this?
Yep, you're going to roll it down your arm.
Ooh.
Whoops. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Abby.
ready.
There we go.
Yes. Once your dog is consistently chasing the rollers, give it some positive reinforcement and try some handoffs.
We're going to hold it and tell Abby, Abby, get it, Abby.
Oh, yes, get it.
You ready? Get it.
And this is training a new dog to essentially what? Just
It's teaching them the basics. When you're playing, and I like to think it is safe and sane Frisbee for dogs. You never throw the dog, they'll throw the Frisbee behind the dog where the dog can't see it. You don't throw the Frisbee if the dog does see it. You want the dog to have total view of that Frisbee at any given time.
okay, because the objective during the actual champion, boy, she's a lot faster than I am at this. Once your dog can do rollers and handoffs, you can try some additional techniques.
What you're doing is go around, Abby, come here. You want to lead out, go around, come here. You ready? Under, 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 go.
You make it seem so simple. Okay, let's try this again. Abby, ready? Under, under, under.
Okay, what you're going to do is fan the Frisbee behind you.
Oh, okay, under.
There you go.
God, okay, under, wait, under. And then, do I?
Then give it a toss out. So you're going under, out.
Okay, I will get this, I promise. It may take a little trial and error, but as with anything, a little patience, and you might strike some luck.
There you go.
That was great. All right, so up after this break, we are going to learn a little advanced techniques, and I'm going to get to meet Lila Claire, who is the world champion.
From Maine to Maui, thousands of high school students across the country are getting in on the action by volunteering in their communities.
Action teams of high school students are joining Volunteers of America and Major League Baseball players to help train and inspire the next generation of volunteers.
It's easy to start an action team at your school, so you too can get in on the action.
Are you in? Get in on the action at actionteam.org.
What you doing, Dad?
My favorite thing.
Really, Dad, what are you doing?
Paying bills. Every month a stack of them come, just as regular as the rain.
What's this one?
That's a special one, son. I pay it first.
How come?
It's money for my retirement account. I put some money aside each month just like I was paying a bill.
Wouldn't you rather buy something?
I don't want to work forever, and I don't want you to have to support me in my old age. In a way, I'm buying peace of mind. I'm on the installment plan.
Welcome back to Canine Corner, and I'm here with David Presida and his team, and we're with Lila Claire, who's about to show us what she does. She's a national champion in Frisbee disc throwing with her dog, right?
Yes, she's the 2011 Skyhounds Junior World Champion.
How do you become a Junior World Champion? That's what I want to know.
Lots of practice, a good dog, and a sense of the music because you want to flow with the routine.
Okay.
It takes throwing abilities. Lila Claire has been to many of the LA area's disc jams, where they get all the best freestyle Frisbee people out there.
So David, how old do you have to be a part of the competition? Because I'm a little concerned that I'm too young.
Well, the nice thing about dog Frisbee is you can get out there as soon as your parents want to trust you with that dog. We've had 2-year-olds out there.
So if you can crawl, you're ready.
Basically, yes. Well, they've got classes for everybody.
Okay.
They've got a beginner class for the first timers that come out and want to play, and you can basically put your dog on a leash so your dog doesn't take off. You can use any Frisbee you want. It's a lot of fun at that level, and keeping it fun for the kids is what's going to bring them back.
Sure, and the goal of the entire event is?
To have more fun with your dog.
So, while I'm learning how to juggle these Frisbees, and I don't know, it might take me a few more years than Lila Claire to get really, really good. I did go out to Riviera Elementary earlier in the week to join with the BARK program. That's a nonprofit program. It was really great because it's helping these students with their reading proficiency. Let's take a look. Cole, Brooks, and Izumi are 4th graders at Riviera Elementary, and Thursday's reading class is a time they never want to miss.
But then we found you, said Buff. That's right, said Disc. Now I am a pocket dog again.
In fact, it's their favorite day.
I wish I could do it again.
You wouldn't think students would be that jazzed about reading, but this program helps them build confidence.
It's not really a human. He's not a human, so it makes me feel that I'm reading to myself more than talking to the whole entire class.
Izumi Ando is talking about Peaches and Guinness, who are 2 dogs in the BARK program.
BARK is what promotes literacy for children. It stands for Beach Animals Reading for Kids.
BARK volunteers go through an 8-week training program with their dogs. Once they graduate, they become certified therapy dogs, where participants like Cindy Johnson can take her dog to schools to help children become better readers.
I get my blanket and I put it out and I let them choose a book, and then after they're done reading with Peach, they get a sticker and a stamp.
And at the end of the day, kids just feel better.
Well, sometimes I just come over to her and just hug her and kiss her. I really love her.
Sometimes these kids may be having a hard time that day, and just getting a big hug from a nice big dog, or any dog, it doesn't have to be a big dog, can make their day.
The BARK program, how cool is that? There was one little boy at the elementary school that said he would never be sick on Thursdays because he had to be there when the dogs were there. Now, Lila Claire is a world champion. You're a world champion in Frisbee dog throwing. Tell me, how does it feel to be a world champion?
It feels amazing, and I'm very proud of my dog because I couldn't have done it without her.
How long have you been testing this thing out for?
I have had her for 2 years, so I've been working with her since she was a puppy, so 2 years about.
All right, and do you think this whole thing, like throwing stuff around, is difficult?
Well, some of the tricks are difficult, but some can be easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy.
You know what I did is I put Shay in action back there because I did a little bit of it, embarrassing myself. So I thought that I would send Shay and her dog out there to challenge them to see it was easier for them than it was for me. What do you think about that?
Cool. That's good.
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Speak out against distracted driving at decidetodrive.org.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Well, David, now that I've passed inspection here on K9 Corner, thanks for joining us. If somebody wants to get training from you, tell me, how do we do that?
Well, we have 2 ways to do that. You can go through the local Disc Dog Club, which is Disc Dog Empire, out in the Inland Empire. They're at www.discdogempire.org. We also have D2, Disc Dogs of Southern California, who are based out of Torrance also.
Wow, okay, so you have a lot of options then.
Yes.
And I can practice my disc throwing. I'm not very good at it. But anyway, Kirk is out there and he has a food tip for us. Kirk, what you got?
Hey, Christy. Today's tip is for dogs with arthritis. Now, as dogs age, many breeds become susceptible to this disease. But it's important to know that there are many homeopathic treatments available for your dog. Massage therapy, acupuncture, exercise management, just to name a few. But another approach involves the addition of spices to their food. Now, arthritis is a disease of inflammation, so it only makes sense to incorporate some of the anti-inflammatory properties we as humans have been using for literally thousands of years. Ground ginger, ground mustard, and turmeric are an example of some of those spices. What's great about these spices is they can be mixed up in either low sodium or salt-free chicken broth and then incorporated into your dog's food. As always, it's important to check with your vet to make sure that the addition of spices is good for your animal. But who knows? Your pet's relief may be as simple as a quick visit to the spice aisle of your local grocery store.
If you have questions or comments for us here at Canine Corner, you can contact us at area code 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov.
Well, Kirk, you got me practicing my discs because older dogs need to be taken care of even when they're younger. I'm Christy Wilcox. Thanks for joining us today on Canine Corner.